Well, it's always a fun weekend for us, and I think it's a fun weekend for their fans too. I mean, we always talk about the connection between Bemidji and Grand Forks, and it's been a heck of a rivalry over the years. And obviously, we were in the same league, but also from a non-conference standpoint, we play each other every year. They've been great battles over the years. They've been a lot of fun, and again, I think it's one of those rivalries that that they like seeing, and I think our fans like seeing, and it's just. Again, it's not only a lot of fun, but they've been great games as well. And this weekend, they're the number one team in the country, so we know we have our hands full.
At the risk of sounding a little redundant, have you ever been a part of a game like the one you went on Saturday?
Oh gosh, this is like Jared. My phone blew up Saturday night, and all I can say is it's the most bizarre week I've ever had in my life from Saturday to Saturday. When you factor in that Tech game. That Tech game on Saturday, and then, of course, that's Mankato game on Saturday. No, not even close. Again, how crazy both of those games were. And then, of course, you sandwich the Friday game in between where we actually played better on Friday than we did Saturday. And we deserved a better fate, I thought, on Friday. And but, again, that's hockey. That's sports.
We talked about it a little bit after that Michigan Tech game, but Lumen got back in the lineup, and he left a good impression on you. It's 2 more points on Saturday, and you talked about him just making that decision tough on the coaches when everybody does get healthy, and just talk about the challenge that is, and a good challenge for you coaches to try and fit all those guys in the lineup.
It's hard. Like we talked about that right now. We got healthy bodies, and there's guys that probably deserve to be in the lineup, but right now it's a numbers game, and it's not easy, and that's fine too. And there's always things that are going to happen that obviously, again, dictate some of the decisions that we make, but. From Lundy's standpoint, again, he backed it up. He backed up his Tech weekend in the Mankato weekend. So he's backed it up with 4 good games. He's playing hard. He's attacking. He's competing. And again, when you play, and it's not even Lundy, it's any player. I said this to our guys today, but when you play physical, when you play hard, when you play with a purpose, your whole game gets, you round out your whole game, and it's amazing how you find offense when other parts of your game are high, and you're playing very high end in certain areas. Your game just gets rounded out, and you have a lot of offensive chances, and it's not a secret. It's not a secret. You feel good about yourself. You feel good about your game, and again, there's just a lot of things that play into it.
This is the 4th week where Kyle Loeb has gotten the CCHA award, and I want to start with just how he's been able to, push the pace offensively the past 2 weekends from the blue line.
Well, he's feeling it right now. He's feeling it. He's factored in a lot of offense over the course of the last couple of weeks, and he's been a big reason why we've had some of those comebacks. Who's kidding who? I mean, he's our leader. And he's kind of, he's been kind of a pace setter from that standpoint.
And on the flip side, I mean, he still has to be that two-way defenseman. And so how have you seen him up his offensive game while still anchoring that young equal?
Well, there's times he's probably got to look at that, but he's just so comfortable right now. Sometimes, again, as a coach, you just got to you watch what you say. There's a few things I said to him on Saturday night, but you still got to watch what you say. But if you feel that he's taking too many liberties, it's up to me to say, hey, I got to back him off a little bit. But conversely, it's nice to see that kind of urgency, and that he's got no panic point right now, and it's good to see that. No, that's kind of Schultz. You just said that you got the right guy back. We got the right guy with him. Is what I'm getting at. I mean, there's our best defender. He holds down the fort. Meg's just he's honest as the day is long as far as how he plays.
Coach, I know you guys have hung with some of the best teams in the country throughout this year. You talked about getting out to a lead. You did on Saturday, and you give it up and you come back. But how do you find the consistency that you want as opposed to kind of this up and down that you see right now?
No doubt. It's like that's the $1 million question right now. Like we're an interesting team right now, and we have to get more consistency. We have to get more balance to our game. And I think it starts, obviously, from the net out. We got to make sure we're better defensively. And we've tracked our goals the last 6 games, and there is a consistent pattern, and a lot of it's our rush defense. And when you rush defense, there's a lot of things that factor into rush defense. Number one, how good is your F3? Conversely, again, are we tracking back to the middle of the rink? How are we in the neutral zone? We're finding out in the neutral zone we're pretty sloppy in the neutral zone. So you better have a strong neutral zone game. That means you better play 100 to 150 feet. You better make sure again that you have a good F3, and you better make sure too that there's good identification. You're tracking back to the middle of the rink, and you're doing all those things necessary, to be a good, sound defensive team coming back into your zone. And lastly, as you're coming back into your zone, you got to report to the house, and you got to be strong, and you got to pick up people. And it's kind of hockey 101, but sometimes, again, there's a reason why you're giving up some goals, and we just got to clean up certain areas of our game. But we think, again, those are easy things to clean up. It's just a mentality. So we showed some clips today, but we have to get more consistent, because there's been too many games right now this year where we've again, I don't even want to. It's not even the Saturday to the Saturday game. We came back against Lake Superior State. We were down 3-0. We were down 4-2 to Duluth, and we came back. We lost both those games in overtime, but we showed some resiliency in those games. But again, we have to make sure we play the game for 60 minutes, and we play the game honest, and we play the game smart. And we've just been a little bit, I shouldn't say a little bit. We've just been all over the map, put it that way.
What I've seen before when we play them, they're a high-paced team just like us. So we're expecting a fast game with lots of physicality. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Have you ever been a part of a game or a couple games like you have been the past couple Saturdays?
I don't think so. It's been pretty crazy, but it's been all fun.
Yeah, and going back to the Michigan Tech game, your goal was the first one that kind of sparked it. Just talk about what that did. It was your first goal of the season. Talk about what that did for your confidence.
Yeah, we're obviously just trying to get some offense going, being down 4-0, and got a great feed from Jones. So pretty much just had to put it on net a lot of time. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that was your first time back in the lineup since that opening weekend. Just kind of talk about maybe the mental struggle of being left out and then getting that chance to get back in.
Yeah, as you're saying, it's of course it's hard mentally to be left outside the lineup, but just doing the best I can, working hard in practice, trying to chip into the team. So
yeah, and when you kind of show up to the rink and you see that you're back in the lineup, does that almost kind of give you an extra step to, hey, look, this is another chance to kind of prove why you should be out there?
Yeah, you're always trying to do your best, no matter if you're in the lineup or not. But yeah, obviously being on the lineup, you want to prove that you want to stay there. So, yeah.
And when you've been in the lineup, it's been with different guys every single night. And just talk about how you have to be versatile enough to play with different players in every situation. Yeah,
we're a great team. Everyone knows how to play hockey in this team, so it doesn't really matter who you play with, as long as they chip in and do the right things, which I think my linemen have been doing the last couple of games. So, yeah.
I want to go back to obviously the 7th goal against Mankato. Looked like it ended up being an assist for you. Was that a slap pass, or was that a bad shot in the slap pass?
I think I wanted to shoot it firstly and kind of got deflected a couple of times, so just knew I had jets in the far post, so it's lucky to get it to him. So
nice from the bounce over your way.
Yeah, always nice.
And then just talk about the opportunity that you guys had this season. You play the number 1 team in the country. How much you guys are looking forward?
Yeah, we want to prove that we can play good hockey and we can beat good teams. We're a good team too, so hope we can build from this past win this past Saturday. So, yeah, looking forward to Novak.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know if I'd be a part of a game like that again since Michigan Tech the weekend before, but it's kind of crazy that it kind of happened 2 weeks like that in a row, and it's obviously special coming back when you're down 3 goals. So.
Yeah, and I think the past 2 weekends it's really been a top-down effort, especially for the forwards. You're getting contributions from every every single line, and just talk about maybe the confidence, the level that you guys are playing with right now, and how that's going to carry over.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our top line down to our fourth line, there's not anybody that's better than anybody else. We're all playing really good hockey, and I think our big thing is we just got to start when the puck drops, obviously, because we kind of battle early on, and then 10 minutes in, everybody wants to start really playing hard and play our game, which is nice, but we got to start earlier.
And when there's guys fighting to get in that lineup every night, and obviously a spot might open up for an injury or whatever reason, just talk about how maybe that competition can kind of be a good thing within the locker room as a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah, absolutely. I think competition in practice is what makes teams great. I mean, anytime you can go out there and compete every day at practice, it's going to correlate in the games. So it's nice having a full team that wants to come out and compete every day.
And I think one of the biggest things is maybe that you guys are struggling to find that consistency week to week or even period to period, like you said. So where does that consistency need to come from?
Yeah, I mean, our puck management just needs to be good from the start. I think if we can manage the puck right away, our consistency will be good. Just play behind their D and obviously work down low to keep offense rolling, and then we don't have to worry about the puck in our end as much. Yep.
You guys have had numerous comebacks throughout the season. Coach talked about finally playing it, which you did on Saturday. And you would leave, and you come back again. And you guys have played with some of the best teams in the country. You're holding your own. There's spurts of greatness. But how do you find that consistency where it's not like this, where you guys can just be consistent?
Yeah, no doubt. Kind of going back to the puck management again, and obviously playing a full 60. We can't just come out there and score 2 goals early like we did, and then relax and just think that the game's over. We got to come out and play right away, and then continue that on throughout the whole game to kind of find that consistency throughout our locker room.